Hello again, everybody. Captain Mike Rowell with the Charter Boat Annie Girl. A couple of topics I want to talk about today are seasons and bag limits. Well, first of all, as most of you know, we've had the boat out on the hill doing some renovations. Got a new paint job, getting a nice facelift. She's back in the water. Put her in the water yesterday. We're ready to roll. We're headed to Louisiana next Monday, and hoping to get some of you guys to fish over with us. And so we're got a couple people interested in that. But looking forward to going over there and doing some tuna fishing. And then, like I said, the other thing I want to talk to you about today is bag limits, size limits, seasons, and that kind of thing. I wish I could tell you exactly when the seasons are going to be, but we don't know yet. And this is something that we're going to have to deal with from now on. A lot of the data doesn't come in until April on snapper and this and that, and I could go on and on. But we're just not going to know way in advance when certain species are going to be available or not. So I'm going to let you know as soon as I can, but this is what I'm hearing so far. As far as red snapper, all indications are we're going to have about the same snapper season this coming year as we did last year. As far as amberjack goes, you know, we had a closure last year of June and July, and that may change. They're leaning toward leaving the amberjack season open year round, but raising the size limit to compensate for the harvest. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes too. So, like I said, I will let you know as soon as I know the exact seasons. But here's what I want you to think about. You know, things are changing, and I'm having to change and adapt to the changes with my business. And I guess you as a customer, maybe you need to think about this too. You probably already have. With this uncertainty of the seasons and whatnot, if your main objective is to bring home as many fish as you possibly can, my suggestion is overnight trips. An overnight trip gives us the flexibility to go from one targeted species that possibly maybe they're not biting or for whatever reason, and we've got time to adjust and move over to another species that is biting. For example, you know, we on an overnight trip we usually mix it up. We'll do a little bit of bottom fishing and a little bit of offshore fishing. So, like I said, we can adjust one way or the other. If snapper season's closed, we can do some scamp fishing, or try to catch grouper or amberjack. And if the bottom fishing is good, that's great. We got some fish in the box. If it's kind of slow or the season's closed on the species that you prefer, we'll try to go offshore. Maybe we can catch some tuna, maybe some wahoo, dolphin. Just depends on what's happening when you get there. And you can rely on us to give you the best advice on what to target. We'll certainly target whatever you would like, but we'll let you know what we think would be the best alternative. So anyway, consider an overnight trip. So overnight trip is 36 hours, and we run a couple of different 36-hour trips, and we can talk about that in detail if you're interested in that. But basically, there's two different types of 36-hour trips. There's the overnight trip where we do a combination trip. We leave in the morning, we bottom fish on the way out, we offshore fish late afternoon until dark, we spend the night there, we offshore fish the next morning for 2 or 3 hours, and then we work our way back up and we bottom fish back home. We get home the next afternoon. If you just want to offshore fish, or if the blue water's way offshore, Another way we do our 36-hour trip is we'll leave at, say, 6 p.m. and we'll ride all night. We'll go, 100 miles offshore if we need to. And we'll fish all day, and then after dark, we'll ride all night back home. And I can keep my prices the same on that trip as I can with the regular 36-hour trip, because if we're, on a combination trip that I first described, we're going to go about 65 to 70 miles offshore by the end of the day. If you don't want to bottom fish and we're going to go 100 miles, if I do that at night, I can run slower, I can conserve fuel, we're a lot safer, and we're not just standing around looking at each other all day wondering when we're going to get there. Because, these charter boats aren't speed boats. So anyway, I can give you more detail in that. I've probably already confused you. But day trips are still a great fishing experience. You'll bring home some fish, but depending on when the time of year you go, there's going to be some species more than likely that's not available to bring home. So you'll be able to catch them, but you might not be able to keep them all. But it's a fun trip. I still encourage you to fish day trips, and we'll do the best we can for you. These short trips, 6 and 8 hour trips, I normally don't run. I have been running quite a few of them in snapper season now, but I'd rather run a full day trip if I could, and that gives me the opportunity to show you the best time possible. And to be honest with you, we've got a very expensive boat. It costs a lot of money. It's like having a grocery store and only open half a day. We need to be open all day, and so we can pay the bills. So anyway, that's just a little something for today. And like I said, when I find out more about when the seasons are going to be, I'll certainly let you know. All right, y'all have a good day. Talk to you next time. Standing by.